It's fine, sir.
Okay, now it is recording. Okay, so let's start. Okay, guys, welcome to our International Finance class. My name is Jamal. You already know me, so I'm not going to waste time introducing myself. So, Chabudo, I already know you guys. No one new here. So, we're going to jump up to the course policy. So, course policy is a little bit different. Previously in my class, it was like attendance like 20% and assignment like 20%, and then midterm and final 30%. But this online class, your attendance will be 10% and assignments going to be 30%, 30% mid, 30% final. Okay, and assignments, what I mean through assignments, which include quizzes. I will give you a link of Blackboard. You need to go there and attempt the quizzes. And also in class, question and answers. The third one is behavior in the class. Okay, welcome, Ali.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Good, 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 good. So we are just warming up ourselves and we are just on course policy. So 10% attendance and all 30% and 30% assignments, midterm and final respectively, okay? The format of our midterm and final is the same that we used to do in class, like I give you true, false, and I give you multiple choice questions, and I give you some numerical answers, question answers, you need to fill it out. But here in online,
Okay.
what you have to do, I will give you some time period, for example, 30 minutes to send me the answers of true, false, and MCQs questions. And rest of the numerical question, you have 1 hour or 1.5 hours to do that. Right?
So it's like 2 rounds, right?
Yeah, it's so I'm going to be converting midterm into 2 parts. Part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
So those who
Is it
are
going to be in the same day?
what? Yeah, it's on the
Is
same
it going
day.
to be?
Same day.
Okay.
Right? So those who already study with me the principle of accounting, microeconomics, and the managerial accounting, they already know what I mean. Okay, so it's part 1 and part 2. Part 1 consists of MCQs and true, false. And
Okay, sir.
it will be a file. You need to like write down your answers and just send back to me. That's it. It's the same. The structure is the same. Just I divided the midterm into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I mean, behavior in the class. So I will cut your marks if you do any misconducts relating to class disruption, using cell phones during our online lectures. Third one, disrespect either teacher or fellow students. So you should be very careful. We are here belonging toward, from different countries. We have to respect the diversity in our class. And also use of foul language. Understand? And everything is going to be recorded, so be very careful.
Sounds good, sir.
Okay, so our preferred textbook is International Financial Management by Jeff Madura. So I would be sending you the soft copies of the chapters, and I will be uploading it on WeChat and also the Blackboard. So you don't worry about that. And if we are successful in recording these lectures and we don't have any kind of disruption or file issue or file problem, so I will be also uploading these lectures on YouTube and sharing you the links. Okay. So the reference book, if we have some other kind of concepts or chapters, so that's going to be from International Financial Management by Kurt and Robert.
Oh, so
Okay.
there are 2 books in total.
Okay, so I will be sending you the material, study material, so don't worry about that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. So the prerequisite of this course is that you must understand before, I think microeconomics is not needed, macro and introduction to economics, because we will be dealing in international finance, right? For international finance, you must understand some kind of policies. What is GDP? I'm not going to repeat here what is GDP and how it is calculated. I'm not going to be repeating here what is inflation, right? So you must
Yes.
understand what is you have learned in
Actually,
macroeconomics.
we actually had a similar discussion in international trade, where
Mhm.
knowledge of GTPs and not inflation, but it was something else, was very, very useful.
Okay,
So, yeah.
but this course is international finance. So we are learning international finance, finance between two countries. Okay, let's move further.
Yes.
So if you have still any question, I'm ready to answer here. What are your expectations and anything you want to clarify, you can ask question. No more question?
No, sir, it was pretty clear.
Okay. Okay, let's officially start. So before starting over chapter 1, so because we are here to learn international finance, so before starting, let's just understand some concepts regarding what are the international financial environment, right? So we are studying a specific type of organizations or companies which do business overseas or outside the countries, so that we can understand what is international finance applicable to that company. So the only particular thing is the multinational corporation, right? Or any company that do business other than the home country. So in international finance, as the name implies, international. So it means at least they're going to be like more than two countries as well, but at least we would be dealing with minimum the company who is operating at least in two countries. So if you see the operations of multinational corporation, besides the normal business operation, right? Selling, buying raw material, and making some profit and loss, right? This is the normal structure of any company. Buying raw material, converting it into finished goods, and then selling it, and at the end, making profit and loss. And that profit, if the company if it is operating in at least two countries, then it needs to send its profit to its parent company. I hope you already studied the introduction to business and you learned this kind of concept, parent company, right?
Yeah, it was one of the first courses everyone took.
Good. So similar, so I'm going to give you the example of Apple Corporation in China. So what is the head office? Where is the head office of Apple Corporation? In Silicon Valley, America, right? So all
Yeah.
over the world, the Apple has different kind of its uh, companies, and when they make profit, they send their profit to repatriate their profit to the head office, right? So they make profit in China in yuan, and they need to send back to the head office, which is in America, in dollars. So it means there will be they will be converting their yuan into dollar. Where? In foreign exchange market, right? And what are they sending? Either they are sending remittance or either they are sending dividends. And what do we mean by financing? What if it
Supporting?
is very cheap for Apple Corporation China to ask loan from America? Maybe having loan in yuan is very costly. The interest rate is very high in China. Maybe lowest in US. So it is better to take loan from US, convert it into yuan and use that, right? So when there is a multinational corporation, the foreign exchange play three roles. Number one, when the company send back its remittances like profit or loss or something whatsoever, and then dividends, and when company receive or send finances, or even within the company, if you don't ask interest from the bank, or you ask loan interest from your parent company, from head office there's a lot of reserves or RE, retained earning, in the form of US dollar. You can ask from the head office, give us some kind of some finances or some loan. Or Apple Corporation is extending its business in China, and they are opening another factory in Shenzhen. So they need huge investments, and the Apple Corporation US is sending its money for the Apple Corporation Shenzhen for establishment, right? We also call this financing. So understand? So there are different kinds of operation that multinational corporations are doing. They're also making product, but nowadays, this is a global village. You can take the example of Boeing. So they are not making their aircraft 100%. They are also outsourcing. So some of their parts are coming from Japan, from Korea, from India, right? So they are making product. So for raw material, they are importing. Oh, sorry. Right? So when they are importing, then also foreign exchange market is also involved, right? If they are importing their raw material or their parts from Germany, they need to pay in euro, right? So they have, for example, they have dollars, they need to convert it into euro, and then the payment is made. For Japan, they need to convert into yen. Export mean they are selling their Boeing aircraft to different countries: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, right? Russia. So also they are also establishing their subsidiaries, and also they are investing in financing. Like I told you, the example of Apple Corporation expanding in China and want to establish a factory in Shenzhen as well. So this is called investing in financing. Or the Apple Corporation want to invest in stock exchange of China or of Russia or of Vietnam or Thailand, whatsoever. Any question?
No,
No.
no.
Participate, okay? Participate. Because I don't see your video, so I cannot guess whether you are understanding or not. Okay?
It's pretty clear, sir. Like,
Okay. So basically, right now, what we have done, we have tried to understand the international financial environment with respect to a company. Understand? And that particular company is called multinational corporation or multinational company. Okay, now the management of MNCs. There are two styles. One is centralized and the other one is decentralized. So I guess that you have the idea. What does it mean by centralized?
it's like when everything comes from, like, all the orders or commands or
Good.
business plans come from one place
Every decision
to
making
other
coming
facilities.
from top authority
Yeah.
or from the head office. So you see, there is centralized multinational financial management. It means if we talk about Apple Corporation, every financial decision is being conducted in head office US. So what type of like loan or what type of investment or what type of like plant need to buy, you need